And there's the finished product. And here's our finished product with the magic of television. Perfectly finished. I'm going to put these over. Let me move my plate here a little bit, get my cutting board. We're going to move these over here and give them a slice and just see how they came out. This one seems to be about rare to medium rare. There you go. That's going to be pretty much rare. Obviously, if you want to finish them any more, you can do that.
Well, in this next segment, I tried to convince old Chef Tappan I was a chef, but not really. He knew all along I got all these great products at Johnny's. You heard me say I am now a chef, and as you can see, I've got my chef coat. And I'm here with corporate chef, author, and cooking instructor Roger Tappan, who taught me, just at last show, how to be a chef. And as you can see, I'm a quick learner. Old Rod Hocker, he's a quick learner. What do you think, Roger? Look good?
Let's see what we've done here.
Okay, well, let's just jump to the chase then. Enough of the small talk.
All right.
Okay, well, first, I prepared a couple entrees for you today, Roger.
Good.
And the very first item I prepared is a pot roast. Now, a lot of people are a little hesitant to do pot roast because they can't get it just tender and seasoned right and melt in your mouth. Old Rod Hocker knows how to do it, buddy. And let me tell you, what I started with, Roger, I started with a nice chuck roast, and I roasted that thing in the oven with moisture, of course, a lot of moisture. Roasted that off for a long time, 12, 14 hours.
That's good.
Until it was fall off the bone tender, okay? All right, so then I took it, massaged it up nice, put some rubs, some seasonings on that, browned it up. You know, you look at that, huh? It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Okay,
Yes.
and then I needed to start with my au jus. I made a nice au jus, and then I put the pot roast in the au jus.
You made the au jus from scratch.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
oh.
Guess how I did it?
No.
Oh, yeah, I did it. I did it from scratch.
Okay,
All right. Now listen. Then I roasted it some more in that au jus so it continued to tenderize and get seasoned and taste yummy, yummy, yummy. Roger, you try that.
Well, I'd like
you
to,
try
Rod.
That.
Let's see.
I'm sure you're going to try it, and I know you'll love it.
See how good you've done.
I've done a fantastic job because I am now a chef, and I got a chef coat to prove it. I learned well from none other than the better cooking instructor, Roger Tappan.
Hey.
That's what I'm talking about. Well, there, you heard it right from Chefy's
great.
mouth. Old Rod Hocker might have a thing or two up his sleeve today. What do you think?
Well, I think you've done a good job.
You know we got great appetizers at Johnny's. Check out this new segment and come and get them at Johnny's. And Roger, tell us what we do with them.
Okay, Rod. Some people have electrical frying appliances at home and some do not. In either case, we want to start with a good grade vegetable oil or maybe canola oil. And we'll take, let's start with a Dutch oven. We can use a good stock pot. Skillets typically do not have high enough walls for safety. So let's use a high walled pan and a sturdy pan. We're going to take our vegetable oil and fill it to just below the halfway point. Never over halfway for safety. Then we're going to heat the pot of oil on, aggressive heat, medium-high. How do we know when it's ready? A couple different ways.
Should I stick my finger in it, Roger?
No, you don't want to do that.
No fingers.
Don't wanna do that.
No fingers in the oil. That's
we can
a good
take
thing.
an instant reading thermometer,
Okay.
and this will be the case with your electrical appliance also, too.
So if you got
And
like the $20 Fry Daddy, if you're using one
Exactly.
of those, they come to temp on their own, I guess.
They do,
Or-
and some have indicator lights, but just to double check, or if you don't trust the indicator light, take an instant reading thermometer and hold it down at least 1.5 inches in the oil, and in about 7 seconds, your temperature needle will stop, and you'll know exactly where you are. We want to get to about 350 to 360 degrees. Now, another way to do that, to tell if your oil is ready, you can take tear off a piece of white bread, 1 inch, 1.5 inch cube, and throw that in the oil. And if it browns in about 40 to 60 seconds, we're at about that 350. That's a little unscientific, and maybe this way is too, but it sure does work. This is my favorite way. Take one of your products and stick a tip of the product, just the tip, down in the oil, so we don't commit the whole product to maybe a pot of oil that isn't ready. And you'll see if the oil's ready. you'll see a volatile reaction of bubbles as soon as you touch that. At that point, we know it's ready and we can commit. So we have the product in here, but we don't want to overfill. We don't want to put too many pieces in at once. It defeats the purpose because it just lowers the temperature of the oil and it takes longer to cook. So in a pot this size, maybe 6 mozzarella sticks or 6 mushrooms, 6 onion rings would probably be plenty. And you'll see the volatile action of the oil again when the moist product goes in here. It'll settle down a bit, and then as it starts to get done, that volatile action will resurface, and it's telling you, hey, pay attention, I'm getting done here. You'll see the surface of the oil bubble more aggressively, and you can actually hear it. Okay, when you notice that point, give it about 20 more seconds. Use a sieve or a slotted spoon and take it out onto a pan lined with paper towels and blot it. Give it a few minutes to rest so it's not too piping hot, and then you're ready to serve. And that's about all there is to frying.
Well, Roger, I got to chuckle a little bit because you give all those techniques that chefies know about testing the product and this and that. But I bet you on the back of that bag, you'll see that it's 3.5 minutes in 350. Just how about it?
There's instructions.
But I mean, there
on
are
the bag.
instructions on the bag. Now, this is the product we're selling for $6.99 for 2 pounds of these gourmet cheese sticks. That's only $1/4 a piece, so you don't want to miss out on those.
Now, Rod, let's go over the oven procedure. I've got my oven at 425 degrees and it is preheated. I'm going to take a pan and line it with foil. Remember that aluminum foil has 2 sides. One is shiny and one is a little more dull. Put the shiny side up just because it's more reflective. Then I'm going to take a good grade vegetable oil and put a light spray in the pan. That's all that's necessary. I'll put my mozzarella sticks on here and spread them out just enough that we get good air circulation. At that point, cooking spray again. Very light, doesn't take much. They're ready for the oven.
The cooking spray will help crisp them up a little bit and give them a brown, especially if you're doing them in the oven.
That's exactly right. Now, we'll let that go for about 8 minutes. And then I want to visually check it and go in and turn it over using my tongs and probably finish it for 8 to 10 minutes more. It's going to fleck with brown color at the edges and finish nicely. Really visually, you just can't tell them apart from the oven, from the fryer, excuse me. Now, another tip is when you take them out of the oven, and I've got some Miracle television here.
Okay, we love TV. All right,
These are done.
there you go.
Allow them to rest in the open air for about 3 to 4 minutes, and that will help crisp them up. And that resting period really doesn't cool them off too much because that batter coating serves as a protective shell. So they're plenty hot to bite into and ready to serve.
So we've got almost 3/4 of an ounce of cheese inside of here, and then we have the cheese stick itself. It's a great product. The only difference between the oven and the fryer, the oven's going to take a little bit longer, but the end result is going to be the same delicious product here at Johnny's. Restaurant quality foods at wholesale prices. Well, it was a great show today. I hope you learned something. Learn more about the great products you can only get at Johnny's. Now listen, if you want to learn more, watch some more of our shows, you can always go to our webpage, www.johnniesinc.com, click on Watch Videos, and see more about the great products you can only get at Johnny's. We're convenient at 2 locations now, so come on into Johnny's. Restaurant quality foods at wholesale prices. Come to see us soon.